Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Unsurprisingly, Israel refused the United States of America, refused US's request for certain kind of missiles to be sent to Ukraine. Now, that takes a lot of chutzpah, it takes a lot of balls, and not every country, or I would say most countries, could not refuse US's suggestions, requests, or pressures. So let's see what's going on here. As you know, maybe, Israel tries to stay somehow neutral in Ukraine. I don't know if that is because too many certain guys are in the leadership of Ukraine, like Zelensky, Zhmyhal, Reznikov, and Yermak, and probably the Israeli government does not want to, doesn't want outsiders draw the wrong conclusion. But we're going to find out what happened behind the scenes in about 10 years. So this article comes from Fox News. It is from yesterday, January 25th, 2022. 2023. Israel rejects U.S. request for Hawk missiles in aid to Ukraine. Israel says no change in posture amid war in Ukraine. Right. So Israel on Wednesday rejected the U.S.'s request to send Hawk missiles to Ukraine as the Washington looks to bolster defenses for Kiev ahead of a looming Russian offensive. The Biden administration asked for old Hawk anti-aircraft missiles that Jerusalem had in storage as air defense remains a top priority for Ukraine, first reported Axios. Now remember, an air defense system could be used an offensive weapon as well. So when they tell you, oh, it's just defense, okay. And I'm quoting, "The policy of the security echelon has not changed," a spokesperson from the Israeli Ministry of Defense told Fox News, and I'm quoting, "Each request is examined on its merits. Beyond that, we do not refer to additional details." So these are the Hawk missile battery. So, and then we have the request rejection comes just 1 week after the U.S. said it transferred thousands of artillery shells from weapon stockpiles in Israel. So the Americans supposedly transferred thousands of artillery shells from stockpiles it somehow has in Israel, and it transferred it to Ukraine and said it would take similar steps in South Korea. If you start depleting those kind of areas, that means someone has to replenish those. I wonder who those will be. The big profiteers, right? The U.S. is looking under every rock for munitions, an official told Fox News. That's bad. You should just open your eyes and you should see munitions all around you, since you guys, the Defense Department, U.S. Defense Department has a $840 billion budget for 2023. I would expect every little employee and Defense Department to have a few missiles in this backyard. But Israel and South Korea have vowed not to provide lethal aid to Ukraine, and neither country has broken that promise, as far as we know. As far as we are allowed to know, better put. Though some fear Russia could argue allowing the U.S. to siphon arms from their stockpiles constitutes aid, some reporting suggested earlier this month. Well, the Ukraine also took issue with the new Netanyahu administration after Israel's recent appointment Foreign Minister Eli Cohen held a call with his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in early January and suggested Jerusalem was pursuing a policy change when it came to diplomatic relations with Moscow. So I guess Ukraine tells the Israelis not to speak with whomever they want. But Israel don't give a about these guys. They are on their own world over there, and they control what they do with no problem. They're strong enough. So I have the same thing from Jewish press, and this comes from January 26th, 2023. Israel rejects U.S. request to send Hawk missiles to Ukraine. So here they are again. Israel has rejected a request from the United States to send its half-century-old homing all the way killer Hawk anti-aircraft missiles to Ukraine, according to Axios and Fox News. So these are half-century old, homing all the way killer. That's how it's Hawk. The missiles, which have been in storage for years, were purchased from the United States in the 1960s. They were taken out of service in Israel about 10 years ago. The U.S. took their Hawk system out of service in 2002. All right? So the Hawk system is the predecessor of Patriot missile defense systems made by Raytheon Technologies. Israel still has around 10 Hawk batteries and hundreds of the system's interceptor missiles, according to Axios. But Israel has vowed, since the start of Russia's war in Ukraine, not to provide weapon systems to Kiev. Well, that could change, you know what I mean? But anyway, the Jewish state here has it, and they don't want to give it to anybody yet. So they gave generators and other things, according to these media outlets. Now, you tell me, I mean, in Israel's case, they show by doing that, by being able to refuse the big guy, it tells me how independent they are. They are very independent, very independent. And imagine, let's say, Romania, rejecting United States' request to provide, I don't know, some ladies of the night to Ukrainians. Do you think that would have just, okay, man, it's your policy, we respect that? Psst, no, it wouldn't happen. Romanians would just jump. How high? Jump, Romania. How high you want me to jump, baby doll? Anyway, the same here. The Israeli, they are strong. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I don't know how long, I mean, that's going to be their decision to support or provide lethal, aid to Ukraine or not. And the United States will not be able to change anything. And that should be, if you consider, countries of the world community, made up of countries, free, independent, and sovereign. But you know how it is. Unfortunately, for these guys, the Jewish state will not provide Ukraine with those. But that could change tomorrow, as it changed with the Americans not sending this, not sending that, and Germans not sending this and not sending that. They will send everything. But Israel, so far, is good. Thank you very much for being with me again. Good in a way that they pursue their own independent foreign policy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.